Namaskaram. Today I picked up government employment. How do we see from the chat? Okay, it's interesting, and it's many people are interested in working in government employment, and it happens that not everybody gets a opportunity to be in the government job, right? The reasons are many. The government does not have such a big opening, and then what happens is not everybody can get a government job. That's as simple as that. There is no big secret on that. So most of the jobs that are there in the private sectors, okay, they also provide a huge amount of opportunity to general public. Now, people who are very interested in looking for government jobs, they think it is very safe to work in because the salaries are guaranteed because they don't have to really work hard. Okay, so these are certain things that they runs on their mind and they get. Let me tell you that it's not so easy to do in the government job. Many times, private sector happens to be giving us a much more better opportunity compared to government. You would have super rich guys in the private sector, not in the government sector. Okay, and if he is super rich in the government sector, obviously you know how he has become rich. Okay, so these are certain things that are we all know by heart of heart. So if I look at it, the North Indians generally they talk more about government jobs. Okay, I have not seen so much on the South Indian things because there are two things. One, they get into the job from the North India because that's how they feel they are safe. Okay, probably there's an education difference. Okay, and even if you look at the capability of the South to give funds to the running the country, I think they are on the much higher side compared to the North, which basically tells us that people are flourishing in the South, okay, compared to the North of India. Okay, this you have to see the numbers. Okay, that's what the numbers are saying. Okay, I'm not saying anything from my mind. It is numbers are saying. And generally when people are not doing well is what they look for government jobs. Okay, uh, because they want to be safe. And the moment you come into the private field, you are not safe, you are open to threats. Okay, so things like that, and the growth is more or less stable in government. Okay, government job is there, I'm safe. Okay, that laziness sets in. Okay, so that's kind of it. But in reality, what happens is government employees also go through a lot of stress. Okay, and I have seen number of government employees who are forced to take VRS. Okay, BSNL was one such case. You have SBI banks. Many of the banks have sent VRS to public and they send them home, okay, giving VRS. Okay, they paid them, but if you think that they're going to pay till your end of your retirement, I think that's no more a dream. Okay, it is facts that people are being sent home. And in their places, they are putting younger chaps on contract and they're getting the job done. Okay, so this is what is happening. So it's not safe as it used to be. Okay. Yeah, pension, all were there. I think there are a lot of changes to that also is happening. It's not fair. One side only the government employees getting pensions and the other people don't get it. Okay, it's not. It is a British way of working, and we're still stuck to that. Okay. Nevertheless, it's not a very healthy trend, which I think as the time passes, people will learn and they will change that also. Okay. Because everybody has got should be getting the benefit. Like if one person loses the job in a private sector, okay, he has to defend on his own. Okay, he has no other options. Okay, He does not have insurance, job insurance, nothing. But in the government sector, it's not like that. They have to go through a certain rules and regulations before firing somebody else. Until unless then you have done a very gravely mistake. Okay, so that's how this thing is. So let's get into that and let's see what helps. What is the general combination of charts? Okay, what are the general rules for government employment? Okay, so once we see that, then we will get a picture of what to expect. Okay, I'm just trying to see where this slide is. Okay, I got it. Okay. So here it is. So here when you see that in astrology, certain planets and houses that were from your birth can indicate a government job. Okay, it is an indication. Okay, there are many people who get the job and refuse to go. There are people like that also. Okay, they pass IAS, they work hard, they study, but when it comes to the job, they say, I don't want to go into that. Okay, so that's the there are some people like that. Okay, so when we go ahead, let's go ahead. Okay, so now sun happens to be the primary indicator of any government related job. Okay, sun has to be very strong in your chart if you have to get a government job. If it is not strong, then you might not land into job. Okay, into government job, or at least what will happen, you will get associated to government kind of a, like a politician you can become, or some advisors you can become. That all can come when the sun is good. Okay, but when for coming to the job, your sun will decide whether you will get a government job or not. Okay, for some people revenues will come from job government. Okay, for that is a different combination, we can see that later on, but we'll see how to see the job. So when after the sun, we have to see Mars and Saturn. Okay, Mars and Saturn also they indicate a lot of good one. Mars will show you medical doctors. You'll say defense people, police guys, laws. Okay, wherever there is discipline, like for polling, we have a no, right. We have that. Commission, right, which controls all the polling systems, laws, and other things. So that kind of a thing also will come under Martian rule, that is Mars rule. Jupiter is generally related to teachers, judges, things like that. So Rahu and Ketu also will get, they will also influence the job in a different way. Okay, they will make them more than life size. Okay, and probably when Ketu comes in, you will find good surgeons because they have to cut and stitch. That will come there. So these are some planets that are there which can show. Other planets do have their influences because if a social teacher comes in, then probably Venus will be influential there. Okay, but generally speaking, Mars, Saturn, Sun, Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu. It depends on what job you are trying to apply. Some planets might vary. Okay, a broader sense, this is what it is. Sun has to be there, Mars has to be there, Saturn has to be there, Jupiter has to be there, Rahu Ketu will do that. If Saturn is more or less related, you might get a government job, but at a very low cadre job, low pay job. Okay, so you have to look at like sweepers. Government department has got office boys, sweepers. No, they have some different grades. I don't know really the grades. So those kind of people all will come under Saturn. Okay, so let's see more. So in the from your birth chart, when you have to pick up. Okay, so the government jobs when you're looking at. Okay, so first house is what we normally see. What is your ambition? That will show the ambition that what you want to become. Second source, who do you want to get the income from? Okay, and sixth will show the career goals. Okay, ninth will tell you whether you are lucky enough to get into that job. 10th will tell you whether it is a government white collar job or it is a labor job. Okay, that will indicate. So to get into this thing, you are supposed to have a very powerful sun, okay, in the place Your chart itself should be good, the 10th house should be good. Okay. 10th house should be either in the quadrant on the trine, no, 1, 4, 7, 10 or 1, 5, 9. These houses, it should be somewhere, it should be placed. That will give you much more capability of getting a government job. Okay. Sometimes 10th and 9th lords also interchange, and that also gives you the option. So this is the general predictions, general what you call models to see whether you will get into a government job. And let me put some charts. They are really government employees, and some of them are retired, some of them. The whole question is to see from the Lagna, is it possible to get a government job? And I picked it up from various segments. It's just example. Let's look into that. Okay. So give me a second. I'll just see. I'll have to switch on this, and then I have to go to. Give me a second. We got it, right? We got the charts. We got 3 charts here. Okay. So I had to struggle a bit to bring the charts. That's okay. Okay. So these are the 3 charts that I have picked up as an example. And these are real charts where the person has become a government employee. Okay. So that much we can see. So this happens to be a IAS officer. So if you look at it, from this is the Lagna, right? From the Lagna, the 10th house. So Mars, first time it is indicating, right? It's in the 12th place. So as soon as he got the AS position, he went out of his hometown. 12th house indicates, right? Far away, he went out. He was never back into hometown so far. Okay, so that indicates that after the job, he is gone out. That is one. Okay, now from 6th house, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6th house is in 8th. Okay, so he got a government job, more of a IAS, so a lot of documentation. He has to look into the legalities and other things also, which is Jupiter's this thing it is there. But and it is in the 7th. So he was front ending most of the government's things there. Okay, he was front ending them, and he was facing the public with this. So that also is indicated there. Now, if you look at the 9th house from here, right? The 9th house from here. Okay, here also it is there. So, as a front-ending person for the government, you have to speak well, you have to look well. All these things are indicated here. Okay. So, once you, this is there. So, the most important point is the sun, if you look at it, is sitting here along with moon. Okay, that means what? I said interchange. The 9th is interchanging. This, okay, if you see the sun is sitting here, right? The moon, the Saturn and moon, the houses are changed here. Okay, so it's there. The sun is also sitting there. Sun happens to be the 2nd house owner, so the income part is coming from the sun. Okay, so the 10th house, when you look from here, the 10th house, Mars is giving him the supervisory skills or the management skills. And sitting at the 12th, it has made him move out of his place, and he did a decent job. He's still doing the job. Okay, so this is one is the second one. It is a forest officer job. He is also a government employee. So from here to here, if you look at it, this is the 10th house one. So Jupiter is the house owner of it. He is in the 4th. So where did he get a job? His job is very close to his hometown. Almost near. Every day he can go back home. Okay. So this is one. So Jupiter is sitting there. So every day he can go home with quite a short distance. He can go. See, in the 10th house, Mars sitting there is given him the government job. Okay. Of income, from when you look at it, the income portion of it, it was okay. But it was more of when he's a forest officer, he was responsible for the animals, more of the animals than the plants. Okay, so Mars shows us that it was wild animal. Okay, so those kind of animals were under his control. Okay, so now you see the Mars again is coming into that. When you see this thing, Sun is there. His son is in the 9th. It happened that his father was also a government employee. Okay, so we can see this. Okay, so we saw 2 charts where the 10th house predominantly shows Mars. Okay, Now look at the third chart. This is a doctor's chart, and if you look at it, 10th house is moon. Okay, this is moon, and this house owner is sitting here, which is this sixth house, right? If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Sixth is was medical. So it's medical. And Ketu is sitting there giving him the surgeon title. Okay, he is a surgeon, as well as he is a very good psychologist. Okay, so he has got both the capabilities. So he's used there because he has been famous for he's been handling prisoners. Okay, and giving them psychological this thing so that they come out of their problem. Okay, so both the things are indicated here. Okay, so from this thing, so when you look at the 10th house moon sitting here in Jupiter, now if you look at the where the Jupiter, it is sitting in the Mars's house along with Saturn. So he gave him the job, a government job, which is he has to be talking to these criminals and other things all. Okay, and Saturn also sitting there gave him the people like that along. Okay, okay, Saturn, you know how kind of what kind of a people come into jail kind of environment. So these are two charts. Okay, so when you look at it, you can see most of the time Mars. In this case also, yeah, he was out of his. The moment he got the job, he never went back to the hometown, which says the 10th house lord sitting in the 12th. Sun, okay, sitting in Mars. Rahu is there. Okay, that means a bit of he was like he was the first person to be called when there is an accident and to be seen, that kind of a person. That kind of a doctor. So any accident, major accident, he will be the first one there. So Mars is there. So you know what kind of accident. In an accident, people die. There will be split. Body parts will be there. Dead people will be there. Or that kind of a situation. So from his case also, the 10th house lord being the 12th, as soon as he joined the government job, he was out of his home. And he never went back home till date. Okay. So now if you see the three charts, you get a picture that sun happens to be there. It need not be in the 10th, but it can be in the different places. If it is in the 12th, it makes them go from their home as soon as they get the job. Mars plays a major role. Ketu plays a major role. So in the doctor case, he was surgeon, so stitching job. Okay, so it was there. So depending on whatever is the chart and depending job, you might have to add and remove certain planets. But broadly speaking, you will have Saturn, you will have Sun. You have to have Sun. You will have Saturn for a bit meager jobs, Mars for commanding job. So other planets will show you whether you will have a blue color job or something like that. Okay. When Mars is not a blue collar job, okay, Mars is like a police or military or something. Blue collar job in the IAS offices are blue collar job because they don't get into violent situations and they don't have to because they'll be protected by this Martian forces, okay, and they'll be controlling the Martian forces. And like a collector might control him by this thing, like so. Now you get a picture. So when you're looking for a government job, so you look for these factors. Okay, then you will know how to assess from your own chart whether you will be able to get a government job or not. Okay, thanks a lot and namaskara. Have a great day. Bye.